welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League. Madden Football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the reigning Super Bowl champs and the Ravens coming up next.
After a long 2-week build-up here in the Bay Area, the moment has finally arrived. It is time for football here at Levine Stadium in Santa Clara. Folks, this is Super Bowl 60, and we've got an outstanding matchup on tap. The moment is upon us, and we've got what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Baltimore Ravens taking on the NFC champions, the San Francisco 49ers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. It's been a good season for them so far, and they're just looking to keep that momentum going forward.
They like their record. Now they want to increase it. A win here could really get the momentum going in the right direction.
And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played, and his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. You can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you've got the biggest game of your life to win.
They go play action with Jackson. And this intercepted on the first play of the game. It's Jair Brown who's got it. And the Niners will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Not something you see very often from a quarterback of his caliber, an opening drive interception.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that even he's surprised at how that one played out. But we know this guy is not going to stop him from continuing to fire as this game goes along. Probably give a little nod of respect across the field for that one and let him know he'll be back the very next series.
So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And a peek at a guy with a lot of experience. His 9th year now in the NFL under center.
As we begin the Super Bowl, we're looking at one of the game's most important players. And whether he's the centerpiece of the offense or taking a backseat to his teammates, offenses always look to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed pillar out there who stays level-headed and keeps everyone focused on the task at hand.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. On the toss, they run wide side with McCaffrey. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Here's Dobbs to throw. Open man, the former Gator. It's Ricky Pearsall. And out of bounds right around the 20. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
Here's Guerrero on first down. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
Here's Dobbs to throw. And it's caught, the tight end Hill. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and just a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Dobbs toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
On 4th down, Dobbs Touchdown 49ers. Kyle Juszczyk, a 5-yard touchdown. And the 49ers are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Moody good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Dobbs goes in motion. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
The tight end in motion right. Now it's Jackson. That's complete. It's Zay Flowers with it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down. Dobbs goes in motion. Jackson from the shotgun. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. They keep it with Henry on first down. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Here's Jackson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis, no jokes, partner, okay? All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be 2 guys on him on just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way, but they have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it anyway.
And this one is no good. He missed it. Well, that is not what you want to see from him on the big stage, obviously. He's been so reliable all season long. A big part of why they've gotten here to this game. But you have to wonder, will this haunt them later as the Super Bowl progresses? Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. They begin on the ground with Guerendo. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On play action, it's Dobbs. Steps away. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll send a tight end in motion right. To throw is Dobbs. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Kyle Van Noy drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. Here's Mitch Wishnowski now on to punt. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Rashad Bateman. 73 yards. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying this Super Bowl at 7. Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Abanikanda once again. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. Defensively, they were in the 3-4. Solid run up the middle. What made it successful?
Well, what you have to do is control the nose guard, but sometimes you don't do it by blocking him. You do it by influencing him. Get him moving to one side or the other and hit him back on the opposite.
We've got a lot more ahead of us here in Super Bowl 60. Second quarter coming your way next. 7-all is the score. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Appreciate everyone joining us. Super Bowl 60 here tonight. Time to begin the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis up in the booth as we get set to resume play. Appreciate everyone joining us. Super Bowl 60 here tonight. Time to begin the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis up in the booth as we get set to resume play. Brought down on the play by Trenton Simpson. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Dobbs. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 41-yard line. Dobbs is throwing. Little short pass here to Hill. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. On the handoff, Abanikanda. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. From the 24 now, here's the second down at 6. The give now to Abanikanda. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Off the play fake, here's Dobbs. Rolling to his left. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8. They'll run it with Abanikanda. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his...
And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Ricky Pearsall, a 5-yard touchdown. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Moody good with the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Off the option, here's Henry. And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep a defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Here's Andrews. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. To throw is Jackson. That's caught. It's Flowers. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. In motion right, Dobbs. Now Jackson taps this forward, jet sweep, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Nick Bosa with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. They dialed up a 3rd and 1 blitz defensively. It worked.
Yeah, and a lot of people would think, hey, they thought pass and they guessed right. In a lot of cases, you bring the blitz just to mess up the blocking on a running play. Instead, in this situation, the run wasn't there. They just followed everything right back to the quarterback.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 53. Tucker's kick is good, and they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He already with a couple of touchdown throws in this first half as his guys start 1st and 10. Back to throw Dobbs. That's caught by Jennings. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now Dobbs. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Third down, here's Abanikanda. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Throwing here, Dobbs. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Little short pass here to Hill. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with second and a couple. Looking to throw. Dobbs. That's into the hands of Pearsall on the right side. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Ricky Pearsall, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Niners continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half. And now to give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. Jackson now. He finds Bateman over the middle. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Jackson. Throw caught by Flowers. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Here's Jackson to throw. Got Dobbs over the middle. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. It's been a tremendous season from beginning to end, and now we'll play one half of football to decide who raises the Lombardi Trophy. And for the call, let's get it right back to Brandon and Charles. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. And I would imagine this is where you have to take stock of the situation, CD, and say, gosh, we're halfway to the Lombardi Trophy. Let's not slow down now.
And I like the way you went there. Let's not slow down now, because the first half certainly went their way. And I would expect them to continue with that type of a game plan. But you're right. You do think back to Super Bowl 54. 49ers had a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter, couldn't hold on. So plenty can still happen.
And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Dobbs. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Dobbs to throw. Eluding the... And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders. Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush, because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground. And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Dobbs to throw. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
And this one is right down the middle. And the lead grows to 14 at 24-10. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same, because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Here's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Throwing is Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Take it at the 37. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down.
Offside, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got this complete to Ayuk on the out route. It's a pickup of 6. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. On play action, it's Dobbs. On the move to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Hard throw, incomplete.
I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and a defense's #1 goal is to throw that timing off.
Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 13. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. McCaffrey running up the middle. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Now Dobbs. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Dobbs is throwing. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Henry up the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down. Veteran running back like him, we've seen a lot of those chunk carries in his career.
And that's why you don't just look at his birth certificate and decide when a guy is done, right? Because you know as well as I do, in this league, as soon as you hit 30, they're looking to let you go if you're a running back. Sometimes there's a little tread left on the tires.
They're looking deep here for Flowers. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Zay Flowers, 53 yards. And the Ravens are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
And able to get this out to the 25. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. To throw is Dobbs. This one caught by Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Up next, the biggest quarter of the entire season. At the end of that, we get to crown a champion. We are through 3 here in Super Bowl 60. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL. Only 1 quarter left here in Super Bowl 60 as we get set to begin the 4th. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Back to throw. Dobbs. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
He'll buy some time right. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the 1st. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Hasn't been his best afternoon on the ground, far from it, but a critical 3rd down conversion.
This afternoon just got better. All right, you're exactly right. It hasn't been his best in terms of yardage, but that run there, that's the one your teammates look to you and go, okay, that's what we want from you. That's what we need. Now they have a chance to keep moving forward and a chance to win the game.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there.
Normally, when you see a short gain in the middle of a 3-4 defense, go ahead and pat the nose tackle on the back because he's holding things up and taking on extra blockers, which allows one of the inside linebackers to roam free and make the tackle.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal.
Boy, that was a big gamble for them right there. They went for it on 4th down, showed a little chutzpah because they did it with the lead here in the 4th quarter. And this defense is once again unable to stop them.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. 56 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll try and sneak it here. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Joshua Dobbs scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Niners are starting to pull away in the 4th quarter of this Super Bowl. Moody good with the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations simply have not matched the results as they start on this drive, 1st and 10. Here's a 2nd and 5. To throw is Jackson. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. From the gun, it's Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Jackson will throw again. Yet again, targeting and fighting Mark Andrews. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 27-yard line. Play action. It's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. So the completion good for 7 there. And that will bring up 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. From the 20, here's 2nd and 3. From the gun, Jackson. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. It's Jair Brown who's got it. And the 49ers force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they are trying to play it cool down on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up and letting the celebration begin. A Super Bowl title within reach now as they try to polish this thing off. Back to the ground on 1st, it's McCaffrey. Now a loose football, the ball comes out. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. And they'll indeed take a knee. And the San Francisco 49ers will hoist the Lombardi Trophy as Super Bowl champions. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.
On the podium is Commissioner Goodell. He'll present the Lombardi Trophy to the San Francisco 49ers. They are your Super Bowl 60 champions. So that'll conclude another captivating season of the NFL on EA Sports. So for Charles Davis and all the hardworking men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying good night from Santa Clara.